name is Amanda. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what I've been doing as far as on my journey of losing weight and getting back to where I was, or at least close to where I was before. And I know that this was requested to kind of just give monthly updates. So what I did was I prepped so much food. My mom helped me a lot as far as prepping. We spent the day cooking and it was so much fun. And I separated everything into containers and I marked the calories on the top, and I just simply got the plastic containers. They were at Kmart at a discount because Kmart, of course, is shutting down. And the recipes that I have, I'll go ahead and I'll link them in the description box as far as where I got them. Also, I'll link my Pinterest down, and it'll be in the prep, meals to prep category. And I just wanted to sit and talk about what I made and the changes that I made. The first thing that I made was, well, no particular order, were the breakfast burritos. This was a recipe that I found a really long time ago, and it preps 7 burritos. And I kind of took that and made it my own in a way. And just to be sure, I've got my phone right here, so I'll tell you guys, you know, what I did as far as made the changes. I didn't really want to use sausage, and I love Aldi's, and so Aldi's didn't have any turkey sausage. So basically I used bacon, which is 50 calories for 2 slices, which isn't bad. It is a little bit more expensive, but come on, people, it's bacon. I used to use the turkey bacon until I found regular bacon being 2 for 50 calories. So no more turkey bacon for me. If it's for you, that's great. That's great. But basically what I did was I used green pepper. I used an egg per wrap, and I made 14 wraps, just to give you an idea. And I used the 90 calorie fit and active wraps, so that's good, and it's really high in fiber. And I also used a bag of shredded cheese. Basically I used about 1/4 of a cup or so for each burrito, and then 2 slices of bacon per. And then I also used an onion and kind of spread it out through all the 14 of the burritos, and then I wrapped them up in parchment paper, and for 14 of them they are 305 calories per. So that was fun. It's kind of just something that you could do and make it your own and do whatever you want as far as what you want to put in there. So, and I only used 1 egg. Some people make 2 eggs, but it's nice. I love breakfast foods, and all of these I made are for dinners, because for breakfast and lunch I do drink protein shakes. Now the next one that I'm going to talk about is the Dorito chicken and cheese casserole. Now I didn't use the Doritos. I did use Doritos in the past, and the flavor of it was completely lost, and for me I just thought that it was wasted calories. Now I did divide this into 6 servings, and it's 292 calories per serving. And so I know that for things like heavy cream or anything like that, I always use non-fat yogurt. The Greek non-fat yogurt you can get at Aldi's, but plain or Greek is better. It depends on how creamy you want it. If you want it really creamy, I definitely recommend the Greek plain non-fat yogurt. I also used boneless, skinless chicken breast. For me, that is something that I will always use. Even like the boneless, skinless chicken thighs, unless they're really on sale, I won't use those because they're higher in calories. So even though I'm really sick and tired of chicken, I just use the boneless, skinless chicken breasts. It doesn't matter, even if I say I'm not going to use any more chicken, it just seems like that's what's always on sale, right? And I used a cup of sweet corn for this, and I just got this frozen over there at Aldi's. And I try my best to not use a whole lot of corn, but I did use corn, and then I used an onion, and cream of chicken soup, and shredded cheddar cheese. Now for the cream of chicken soup, because I had to prep so much for February, I normally would make my own cream of chicken soup, and I will certainly go ahead and share that recipe with you whenever I do make it. But this time, call it laziness, I ended up actually using just a can of cream of chicken soup, and it does make it thicker than if you were to go ahead and make it yourself. It really does. Now the next one I made was the chicken Parmesan casserole, and this is 6 servings at 285 calories per serving. And I used shredded mozzarella cheese. I used 1.5 cups, and 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, just the powdered cheese that you can get at Aldi's, anywhere. We all know what that looks like, I think. So for the tomato sauce, I did use the Simply Nature organic sauce. This is the tomato basil, and that you can also get that over there at Aldi's. And the whole entire thing is 270 calories, so I did use that. And then, of course, boneless, skinless chicken breast, I did use 2 pounds because I knew I was going to be extending it over 6 servings. Again, in a lot of these recipes, there's some things that I omit and some things that I change. I think that that's just the key to success. So you can take any recipe, anything of your favorite food, and make it low calorie just by making a few adjustments. I know a lot of people, including myself, at first was like, ew, why would I go ahead and use yogurt instead? But I'm telling you, you can't tell the difference. You really can't. The next one I made, something that I've made before. In fact, I've made all of these before, but I really love this. I love chicken and dumplings. I grew up on chicken and dumplings. My mom makes the best chicken and dumplings. And so there is a chicken and dumpling casserole. So I wanted to go ahead and make it, and over 6 servings, it is 294 calories. I used 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and for the flour, I did use a cup of flour, but I used whole wheat flour. This is something that I always use, is the whole wheat flour, and I do get the non-GMO flour. That's just personal preference. I'm not all about the non-GMOs, but whenever the prices isn't much different, I always go ahead and do my best to stick with non-GMO. I also used 2 tablespoons of the Country Crock Light. I know a lot of people does not like margarine, and they actually like butter, so it's just a matter of personal preference, really. And for 2 tablespoons, it's 70 calories, so I did use that. And then instead of milk, I did use almond milk for this. It does not thicken up like you would want it to, but again, whenever you go ahead and you cook it and everything, you really can't tell a difference, except it's not as thick. And almond milk is so much less in calories. And then I used the can of cream of chicken soup, and then the medium sweet peas, I just used a can of it. The only thing that I omitted from this is really the corn, because there was such a little amount that it calls for that it's like there's just no point. I'm not gonna waste calories on 1 kernel of corn. So those are things that you really should sit there and think about as far as your meals go and where your calories are. It's all personal preference. The next one I made is a creamy cauliflower casserole, and it is 208 calories over 4 servings, which definitely is not a lot. I used Parmesan cheese and shredded mozzarella cheese, black pepper, and again, the non-fat yogurt. And I did use 2 tablespoons of tomato paste and 1.2 pounds of cauliflower, and the Simply Nature diced canned tomatoes. I did not have cherry tomatoes, but I have a ton of cans, so I simply use the can because tomatoes are tomatoes. That's just how I feel, I guess. I know fresh tomatoes are always better, but it's what I had on hand, and I'm not about to waste, you know? And then I used 1 cup of tomato sauce, and that was the Simply Nature tomato basil. Now, as far as cauliflower, I know a lot of you are like, ew, cauliflower, it's so gross. I am someone who hates cauliflower. I hated it. I don't like it raw. I still don't like it raw. I don't like it baked. I don't like it in anything. But I'm telling you, if you actually make it like in a casserole, or even if you make like deep dish cauliflower pizza, you really can't tell a difference. I mean, obviously it's not going to replace pasta or anything like that, or rice, but it takes on the flavor of whatever you cook it with. And I know that's silly. There's not any cauliflower flavor, taste, nothing. Otherwise, I certainly wouldn't eat it. Again, you know, originally, whenever I first started, I was 205 pounds. Do you think I got to 205 pounds eating cauliflower? No, I did not. That just didn't happen. So as you can see, pretty much you could do just about anything with recipes. Change here and there and you're good. And I have to tell you, meal prep is the #1 thing that you do for success. It doesn't matter about anything else. You have to know at least a day ahead of time what you're eating. I recommend you go ahead and you plan out your whole entire day, including your snacks. That way you're not sitting there thinking, what am I going to eat today? You know, I find that other women and men have more success that way. Hopefully you'll go ahead and you'll try some of these recipes and let me know how they turned out for you and what changes you made. Be sure to go ahead and check out Jessica. And I know that my friend Alexis is also on her weight loss journey, so go ahead and check her out. There's so many people in the Project Pan community that is on their own weight loss journey, and it's so amazing. Some have not even made it public on YouTube, but I have to say I'm really proud of them, and I'm following their journey along, and it's just great, and it's very inspiring. So in the description bar, I'm going to go ahead and leave my low calorie group that I run. I started it a really long time ago. You guys are more than welcome to join, and there are 3 questions that you have to answer in order to get in, and we have some great moderators over there. Jessica's a moderator over there. Everything is just, we hardly have any problems over there at all, which is amazing to me. So if you want to go ahead and join that feel free. I'm loving this whole idea of updating you guys once a month. It might not always be about meals. It could be me complaining that I'm hungry, which I'm not, or the foods that I struggle with, or, you know, did I have a cheat meal, things like that. I do want to talk about those things. I kind of just want to leave it open to talk about whatever I need to at that particular time, or something that maybe you guys want me to discuss. That's fine too. As far as how much weight I've lost, I have no idea. I have not gotten on the scale, and I'm not going to get on the scale. I just want my clothes to fit, and I know my clothes are starting to fit better. So I'm really happy about that. Like this shirt I haven't been able to wear for a while, so I'm going in the right direction, and some of my jewelry is able to fit again. So I'm really happy about that. Hopefully you guys stick around and help support me, and I'll help support you, and we could just be full of support. So if this is something that you're interested in, be sure to go ahead and give this a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.